Hello, Internet! It's me, Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. So, today we're doing a reading about soul families. Now, the whole reason I'm doing this reading is because I was re-listening to one of my favorite D&D podcasts, which is The Adventure Zone. And I was re-listening to their first series, which was about, which was called Adventure Zone Balance. And in that finale, which is amazing, and if you're into D&D, you should definitely listen to it. Anyway, there's gonna be like a tiny bit of spoilers in this, but there's basically a family that travels throughout the known universe, and they're found family. They were a crew that was meant to explore the galaxies in the universe, and they end up becoming closer than family and just saving the universe, basically. But they continually find each other even when they can't remember each other. So that reminds me a lot of reincarnation. I do believe in reincarnation. I believe we go with souls that we need to learn things from, but also we have a family that maybe we're looking for. So I'm definitely looking for that soul family that's supposed to save the universe with me. So these are some things that I painted while I was listening to the end of the Adventure Zone Balance. And we're going to use them as your pick-a cards today. And today's reading is about soul family and finding them. So yeah, there's going to be a nice little spread about who's talking to us and how they see you and how you're supposed to recognize them and just any advice they have for you. So yeah, it's going to be a real cute, nice reading about soul family. So these are the three piles. Pile number 1, you have this adorable jellyfish that I made. He's super cute. I love him very much. That's group number 1. Group number 2, you have this green tree. Let's see if it'll focus. There it goes. Yeah, you have this beautiful green tree. And group number 3, you have this beautiful piece that I made. It's sort of a sigil. It just kind of evolved as I was painting it. I could see it as a bunch of different things, so I'm not going to tell you what it means to me because it might mean something different to you. So that's pile number 3. Cool. So these are the 3 piles. We'll look in the cards in each of your piles and see who wants to talk to you from your soul family. Okay? All right. I'll see you at each of your piles. Bye. Hi, pile 1. So, I've already shuffled your cards and done my spread, but this is the painting that drew you in. It's a beautiful jellyfish. Or if you've watched The Adventure Zone, you know that it's a void fish, which is a very cool squid, jellyfish-like creature that has cool superpowers. Really, everybody should listen to The Adventure Zone. Just saying. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you this spread is one that I literally just made up. And I pulled cards from both the Tarot of the Divine, which is this one with the moons here. And I also pulled cards from the deck called the Cosmovisions Oracle deck, which is this green one right here. I might have to pause the video to look at the fairy tales that are on these divine cards, just because I don't know every fairy tale in this deck, and I'd like to give you the full meaning of the card as it comes up. So, I have not looked at these cards yet, so we're going to read this together. It's going to be really great. So, this card at the top is going to represent who of your soul family is trying to contact you. So, this is the question of who are they? And what you got, it was the Dreamer. Ooh, that's really pretty. Here, I'll show it to you. Hope you can see it. It's really great. So the Dreamer, I believe, hold please, I gotta look this up, because the Cosmovisions Oracle deck is one of those ones that like make their own names for the they make their own names for like the court cards and as well as the major arcana cards. So it's not a one-to-one correlation. So I don't remember. I know that this is the one of the heir. I'm pretty sure it's one of the heirs. I just don't remember. I'm going to have to edit a bunch of this out. Here. Okay. Here it is. I found it. The Dreamer. The Dreamer, the mirror card is the Queen of Swords. So, this card in this deck talks about perceptive, complex, clairvoyant. Okay, I'm going to read this to you because maybe you will recognize the person that it is describing here. So, the Dreamer is perceptive and complex. They have a clear mind and can hone their wit for good. These are positive aspects, but in reading the Dreamer will also show up when you get carried away living too far in the future. You have a big mind and big ideas, and you get to go... but you can get too caught up in your head and you forget to make the dreams into reality. It is important for the Dreamer to find a friend or an accomplice who can help you build up these fantasies into something tangible. So I think what they're trying to say is they are a figure in your life. And a lot of these cards in this deck are gender neutral, which is amazing. So in the original tarot, it's a Queen of Swords, but like the Dreamer could be any gender. So it's a person who's going to help you make dreams a reality, who's going to keep your feet on the ground, but also like is perceptive, is complex and clairvoyant. There's somebody who can see the dream, but can also make it a reality. So yes, this is who they are. This is their like personality. The next couple of cards are about what is your relationship. Like what is the actual relationship between the two of you? And for that we have the Five of Swords and the Four of Wands. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to show these two to you. I love this deck. They're really beautiful stories and cards. So, these are two actually very intense love stories of the Egyptian gods and the Indian gods. Oh, I'm going to get out the guidebook for these two just because I want to be sure. So, because I want to be sure I say their names right, because I don't know their names. So this is about the myth of Osiris, Set, and Iris. So Set overthrows his brother Osiris and is seen gloating over his brother's inconsolable wife Isis, while Set represents the tyrant of a victor. Isis is a defeated combatant who will eventually bring about Set's defeat. So, yeah, this is a moment of of defeat, of fighting, of overthrow. But this is the Four of Wands, which is a wedding and a celebration. And that is, let's see, which, what are their names? This is the Sanskrit epic poem of Mohani and Aravan. The Four of Wands represents rejoicing, festivities, a well-deserved celebration, a stable time to be thankful, cherished loved ones. Mohani and Aravan embrace each other, enjoying the time before the next adventure begins. So, yeah, so this is a celebration of a union. The Five of Wands, this particular myth is about like her husband being defeated. Eventually, she brings back her husband and takes back over the throne. But at this moment, it is a defeat. So I feel like what they're saying is this relationship is one that perhaps there is a separation in the middle of it, that there is some conflict that drives the two of you apart, but in the end, it is a relationship that cannot be broken apart, even if it gets torn away in the moment. There is a renewal, there is a rejoicing later in the relationship. I feel like it could be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. It could be, a friendship that gets torn apart by circumstance that eventually you get back together as friends and rejoice in the fact that you are back together, are back seeing each other and being in each other's company and making your dreams happen. Because whoever this is, there's somebody who wants to see your dreams come true, which is really nice. So that's your relationship. There's conflict, but there's also resolution. It's one that can't be broken apart by defeat. It always comes back together. So this might be somebody that you've met in a past life that you are reuniting with again. Or it could be somebody that you've been friends with before and you're reuniting with them again. Okay, and then these two cards over here are how they feel about you. So these two cards are the Orbs, which is a major arcana card. I'm going to have to look it up because I really don't have these cards memorized because they have such different meanings. But this is the Orbs card. Let's see, focus. There you go. The Orbs card and the Six of Lotuses, which is the Six of Cups. Oh, sorry, my hand is real shaky today. So the Orbs. Now, just looking at it, how they feel about you is like these little orbs. They're all like having a little meeting where it looks like they're like discussing the greatness of the universe, which is kind of cool. I feel like what they're trying to say that is that they feel like you're a confidant. They feel like you're somebody who they can talk to without worry, that they really can communicate with in a way they can't communicate with other people. Let's see. No, what are you doing? There it is. The Orbs. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, the Orbs card is the Strength card. In this, it talks about bravery and overcoming fear. We learn many things from the Orbs that we cannot learn on Earth. These are wise souls who have lived lives upon lives and no longer reincarnate in human form. They exist only on the spirit plane and know all there is to know. They are omnipresent and imbue lost souls with bravery and strength. While in the spirit plane, they teach us about things we hardly remember on Earth. So yeah, the orbs are, yeah, they are what I thought they were. They're little spirits talking about the greatness of the universe. So I think they're talking about bravery and strength and knowledge. They see you as somebody with a wealth of knowledge, that somebody they could impart their own knowledge to, who will listen. I think they also see in this Six of Cups, we see the one lotus pulling itself above the water, the wave of the water, and the other lotuses are sinking. So they really see you as somebody who stands out, who holds their own, who is brave in the face of adversity. Look, there's like sharks in the background. I don't know if you can see, but there's this one little lotus being so brave and so strong, and there's like sharks in the background. But it's still beautiful, and it's still holding its head above the water and bravely soldiering on. Like, I believe that this person sees you as the epitome of strength. They see you as a brave, beautiful soul that has so much wisdom to impart onto the world, and they see you as a rock, as a strong, stable person that they can speak the truths of the universe with. Aw, that's really nice. So then these cards down here are, how do you see me? Now that's a little bit different from how they feel about you. So this is how they feel about you, like how, like their deep feelings about you. So they feel safe, they feel trusted, they feel like you're strong and important, and the bond between you is one that can't be broken. So this one is how they see you, like your personality, what your strengths are, and what you, like, not how they feel about you, what they see in you. So we have the Page of Wands. I'm going to look up this story. It's really cool. But I can't remember her name because it's a long name, as I remember. We also have the Phoenix. This is a beautiful card. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. That's Phoenix. And we also have the Three of Lotuses, which is the Three of Cups. But I'm really going to be reading these cards based on the images because this oracle deck is so different. So, here, I'm going to move you over a little. There you go. So this is how they see you. They see you as a phoenix rising. They see you as someone who can't be pulled down, who can't be defeated. They also see you as someone, with the Three of Cups, they see you as someone who perseveres, who presses forward, who works as a team with others to build things that are beautiful. I'm going to look at the Page of Wands. She's super cool. She really reminds me of, I don't know, Wakanda, like the Wakanda, what are they called? The Knights? No, they're not Knights. I don't remember, but the guards that protect the king, she really reminds me of those. So, this is, let's see if I can pronounce her name. This is Mawindo, the Republic of Kondo. It is a story about, okay, the Page of Wands represents a childlike optimism and carefree rebellion. For Mawindo, every situation is made fun by a swish of his magical fly swatter. Oh, it's a he. I'm so sorry. Of his magical fly swatter. He makes many enemies, but just as many friends who help him along his journey. So upright, it talks about playfulness, charisma, discovery, a rogue. He's a bit of a rogue, but he's so much fun. So this is about joy and childlike wonder, and yeah, so they see you as somebody who is a beautiful, indestructible force. They see your potential. You're full of joy and potential, and you can't be struck down like everybody else. You're And you're somebody who really builds inspiration. You work as a team with others. You're not a solo artist. you're definitely one of the bandmates, and like you're part of a crew. This, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little rowing crew here that are working together to go through the water. But there's also a team in the background that's building this beautiful palace. So it's all about teamwork. They see you as a team member. They see you as the joy of the team, the bright light of the team. They see you as somebody who puts forth their whole self with exuberance and joy and is just a bright, shining light to everybody that's around them. That's how this family member sees you. Soul family. Soul family, also, to be clear, soul family could be any kind of relationship that feels like home. At least that's how I interpret it. They're a soul that feels like you've been, you know them. They're a person that you meet and you're like, have I met you before? But like in this physical world, you might not have ever met them before, but they inspire something in you that feels like family, even if they're not your biological family. So anyway, this next group of cards is about how will you recognize them? So here we have the nine, here, I'll show you. We have the Nine of Swords. Oh, come on. There we go. The Nine of Swords, the Ace of Birds, and the Eight of Birds. Wow, this is a lot of air energy. So, wow, this is a lot of air energy. So, I'm going to look at this story out of the book as well, but I'm gonna say they'll recognize you because you'll dream about them. Like the Nine of Swords is always about dreams and normally nightmares, but this person will come to you in dreams. They are the dreamer. After all, like you're going to know this person because when you meet them, suddenly you'll start dreaming about them. And maybe that's never happened to you before. Maybe you don't remember your dreams, but all of a sudden this person will be there and you won't be able to like get them out of your head. That's the other thing about Nine of Swords. It's about worry or something that's in your head that you just can't get out of it. And they're saying, you'll recognize me because you won't be able to forget me. It's gonna be, you won't be able to put me aside. You won't miss me. They promise you won't miss them. They also have the Ace of Birds, which is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about new ideas, new opportunities, brand new thought or lines of thought. So they're probably a person you have not met yet. You probably never met this person. They're somebody brand new to you. You've probably met them in previous lives, but definitely in this physical world, they're somebody brand new. They're a new idea. They're a new thought. They're maybe even someone from like you never thought you'd go meet people in this community or something, and then somebody invites you somewhere and you're like, oh, I'll go. That sounds fun. And then they also have the Eight of Birds, which is the Eight of Swords. The way it's portrayed in this card, it's a bunch of birds flying in a circle around a tornado. So that gives me the idea that you're going to recognize them because there's going to be a lot going on. Like, they're going to have a lot going on. They're going to have, like, a lot of things that you're going to be like, oh, you're a lot. They're also the dreamer, like the Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords, she's a lot. She's a lot. Like, she has a big personality, and you're not going to be able to miss this person. That's what they're trying to tell you. You're not going to be able to miss them. All right, I'm going to tell you about this card. Then this Nine of Swords is about, it's a Greek myth, Oedipus? Oedipus. It's Oedipus. Of course it is. The Nine of Swords represents decision-making controlled by anxiety. The oracle at Delphi warns the king that his son Oedipus will one day kill him. Had he not let his fears control him and raised his son in love instead of in hate, the king's eventual death could have been avoided. So yeah, so this myth, I actually really know this myth because I know Greek mythology. That's the one I really know. So, but this myth, it's also a really famous play. But yeah, this is the scene where the oracle is prophesying of something to happen, and the king takes that prophecy in total fear and just expels his son. So I think what they're also trying to say of how you will recognize them is that, look, these two cards, they're almost in the exact same physical position, the oracle and the dreamer. Like, they're saying you're going to recognize them because they're going to be a spiritual prophet, maybe not prophet, but oracles. They're going to be a spiritual leader of some kind that's going to tell you things that will surprise you, and then they will come true. This person you will recognize by their higher self, their ability to come to you in dreams, their brand new ideas that they share with you, and their bigger than life personality that they have going on. Yeah, that's how you're going to recognize them. So this pile here is about what will they teach you. And we have the Four of Coins as well as the Tower card. Ooh, boy. Man, this person's really going to upend your worldview, I think. So I'm going to read these two from the book as well because they are two fairy tales. This one, I do recognize this fairy tale. I think you will too. It's Rapunzel. So I think what they're going to teach you is they're going to bring this great big tower moment into your life. They're going to bring in great big new ideas that are going to stretch you, that are going to maybe rock the foundations of who you are as a person, and maybe make you see things from a totally different side of things. And the Four of Coins is about trying to hold on to some stability. So I think they're going to teach you through a tower moment of some kind that the stability you're trying to hold on to might not be what's best for you. That's kind of what I'm hearing. I'm just going to read these two cards because I want you to know what the fairy tales are, so that if you want to look up the fairy tales, you can. So yeah, the Tower card is Rapunzel, which is a German fairy tale. The Tower is about feeling safe and secure before everything is suddenly upended. Beliefs are shattered, understandings ruptured, and everything is destroyed right down to the foundation. Perhaps the foundation was flawed to begin with. Yeah, so maybe right now you're in your own ivory tower thinking everything's great, but really there's a witch keeping you captive. You know what I mean? And when that's revealed to Rapunzel, it rocks her entire world and it changes everything. So yeah, they're going to teach you something about your world as fundamentally flawed, which is definitely going to rock you. It is. But it'll probably change you for the better. So this other fairy tale is called The Condor's Wife, and it is it's from Peru. It's an Aymara folktale. The Four of Coins represents greed and unwillingness to open up or share. The condor covets his wife, who does not like his lifestyle or living with him, and he recognizes her unhappiness, but is unwilling to make changes or set her free. And I believe at the end of the fairy tale, she is rescued. So yeah, I think you're dealing with somebody who's keeping you captive, since both of these have to do with that. Those fairy tales have to do with somebody being kept captive. I believe that this person is going to show you that and show you that you're worth more than that. Like, look at this poor, beautiful woman being kept by a condor. Like, she has all of this gold and yet she is trapped. Like, you have all of this beautiful talent that this person sees in you, and yet you're being held captive. So this person's going to reveal some aspect of your life that's holding you back, and they're going to try and help you break it. So that's what this person is going to try and teach you. Whew, that'll be a fun ride. And then the last pile we have here is, do they have any advice for you? So these two cards are what the advice are. So let's see what they have for you. We have the Entertainer. I really do like this card. And we have the Ace of Cups. Yay. So the Ace of Cups talks about new love, new opportunities to feel your emotions, new ways to express your emotions. A lot of it talks about new love, but this particular card is about it's depicting a shrine and an offering at a shrine. I'm going to look at what the actual fairy tale is so you can look it up. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about sake. It's about Matuso's sake. It's a Japanese myth. The Ace of Cups marks the new beginning, a reason to drink and be merry, to open up subconscious feelings. Sake is a drink of the gods, bringing people closer to the spirit world. And there's actually like a ton of Japanese tradition about like shrines and gods drinking sake, and like the maidens of the shrine making special sake for the gods and all kinds of stuff. So I think what they're trying to tell you is keep your heart open to the things that will bring you closer to the spiritual world. It's definitely going to help you connect with this person and their world, because they're clearly someone who is a huge believer in the spiritual world, and even might even be like a practitioner in it somehow, especially if they're appearing to you in dreams. And then the Entertainer in this deck, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. There you are. Is the Knight of Pentacles. He's a really fun card. I love the Entertainer. It comes out pretty often for me. But he is the Entertainer, skillful, amusing, pleasing. A strange-faced man in a colorful magician's garb juggles 3 enormous strawberries in the air. The Entertainer is always looking for the next crowd to please, no matter if it ends up making him into a fool. He jumps from party to party, ready to impress the next group of friends. He knows many tricks, but when it comes down to emotional connection, he can easily fumble. The Entertainer is a conundrum of character. He has acquired an audience from his notable skills and success, and he has grown too dependent on these tricks to imbue meaning into his life. He measures value based on whatever there is to gain, rather than the inherent beauty. In a reading, the Entertainer can be good when inquiring on fame and success, but in emotional and spiritual areas, the Entertainer is a fraud. When it comes to matters of the heart, they can freeze up. So yeah, if this is the advice, 2 of them together, that's so great. So their advice for you is to keep your heart open, to not fumble. Don't put on a mask. and hide your feelings. Just dig deep. Don't do things just for whatever you're going to get out of them. Do them for the beauty of it. Do things that make your heart feel happy, because this person wants you to feel happy, because you are the light of whatever group they are a part of. You become this joyous light that works together with them to create dreams and make dreams come true. So they want you to follow your heart and be joyous and be the happy person you are, because you're awesome and they love you. Obviously. They're trying to give you all this information so you'll recognize them when they come around. So the last two things I'm going to do in this reading is I have the Kunyin Oracle that I'm going to pull one card from, and I also have this book of pocket stones, and I'm going to flip to a random page and see if there's any advice in the stone, or maybe it's a stone that you might be interested in getting at some point. Like, yeah, because I really believe in crystals, and I always carry like a pocket full of them, so they can be really helpful on your journey and to keep you grounded. So, this is the random page. Wow, cool. So, the one that, yeah, it's definitely this one. So, the one that I turn to is Prasolite, which is a green amethyst. The key words of this stone are awakening the heart, linking the lower and higher self, deep connections with nature. So yeah, this actually connects a bunch of your inner parts so they can talk to each other. So your heart to your emotions, to your higher self, to your lower self. It's an earth element, which I feel like most of these are, because they're stones. Physically, it supports your stomach and heart and aids with digestive issues. Emotionally, it facilitates the joy of seeing the divine in oneself and others, which is definitely the advice your family just gave to you. Spiritually, it initiates one's experience of the higher self. So this is a stone to get you going. You know what I mean? To get you awakened in your heart space so that you're ready for a deep connection like this one that can't be broken by people. I'm not going to read all about the things, but Prasolite carries the energetic link between the heart and crown chakras, and it can be a catalyst for the identification with the spiritual higher self. Though purple amethyst's association with the crown chakra and psychic protection combined with Prasolite's activation of the healing vibrations of the heart, there is the potential for unifying experience in which one opens with full mind and heart to experience the divine. That's so nice. So yeah, it could, if you got a green amethyst and matched it with a purple amethyst, it would like double the effect, basically, is what they're saying. So that's beautiful. So green amethyst is your stone. I'm going to just put this over here now. And then we're going to get, these are blessings, guidance, and enlightenment from the divine feminine. So these, it's just going to be a really beautiful, like, love letter from your family member, from your soul family. So let me just shuffle this real quick. Soul family, the dreamer of pile number 1, would you please give us one message from you that will help pile 1 on their journey as they try to connect with you in the future. Just one card, please. That's right, this deck doesn't really pop out at all, so we're going to do it this way. Two. This deck has a very matte finish, so it's hard for it to pop out, but I think it wants me to do that one. Here we go. This is Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. I'm going to show you the card first. I have to read it on the back of the card, so there's the card. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. Blossoms of the Sky Dancer. Kyun Yin guides you to remember the creative energy and spiritual light that are within you, which cause all life around you to bloom. Creation is natural spiritual power within you, beloved. Force can only slow down the process. It is time to stop striving and allow your manifestation to occur. Trust, let go, allow your creation to flow. Oh, that's beautiful. So there, the dance of the blossoms. And that's all I have for your reading, number one. And thank you so much for going on this dive into your soul family with me. I hope you enjoyed it. If you already know who this person is, you could comment down in the comments, like, I found them, or something like that. Pile number one found them. So like, comment, subscribe. There's a bunch of other ways you can support me down in my description. I hope you really enjoyed this reading, because I'm on my own journey to find my own soul family, so I want to help everybody. So, all right. Thank you, pile number one. Have a nice night. Bye. Hi, pile number two. This is Pan42 Tarot, but you can call me Pan. So, I've already shuffled and pulled your cards for this reading. This is a spread that I made up just for this reading. So you were pulled in by this beautiful tree that I painted. It's a really nice tree. It's very flowy and gorgeously green. I love a green tree. So you were pulled in by this one, and today we're trying to communicate with your soul family. Now, a soul family member could be anyone from a romantic partner to a twin flame to maybe a biological family member that feels closer than just biological. It could be a friend that feels like you've known them for many lifetimes. A lot of the people that I consider soul family are friends as opposed to actual biological family. So, So we have a lot of questions that we ask them, and I haven't looked at what your cards are, so we're gonna interpret as we go. I'm also just gonna double check my microphone real quick. 1 second, please. Okay, it is working. I'm not crazy. Awesome. Okay, so here we go. So in this first little pile, I asked them who they are. So we're going to look at these two cards together. The first card you have is the Eight of Birds, which in this deck is the Eight of Swords. You also have the Six of Wands. Ooh, that's really pretty. Oh yeah, I should tell you what decks I'm using. So I'm using the Cosma Visions Oracle deck. Now this deck has has renamed all of the cards, like all of them. So their meanings are a little bit different than the regular tarot, although they do have mirroring relations to the original tarot archetypes. And then this other deck is the Tarot of the Divine, and I really like this deck for this purpose because it's all fairy tales. Like, all of the images are from fairy tales. So I'm going to probably read most of these ones to you from the book because if you'd like to look up the fairy tale itself, it might give you some more clues about the person that we're talking to in this reading. So, yeah, so this person seems like a bit of a whirlwind. The Six of Wands is about victory in the normal tarot deck. And in this deck, the Six of Wands is, here we go. Oh, I might not be able to pronounce all of these names because they are from many different cultures. So this is Yanenga. It is the legend of Burkina Faso, the Mosi legend. And it says, the Six of Wands represents victory and success. A warrior princess named Yenga is her father's most prized fighter. Her skill is so great he never wishes to part with her, but she rebels and seeks her own path and recognition for her deeds. So, this person, who they are a fighter. They're a fighter and a winner, and they're somebody who blows into your life and stirs up things. Like, they are not a sit still person. Like, this Eight of Birds is incredibly full of movement. This person is not somebody who sits down. They're a mover, they're a shaker. They're I don't remember what the rest of that line is. But they're somebody who really strives. They're not somebody who lets things get the better of them. They blast forward. They are, yeah. So this is who they are. They're a rebel. They're somebody who strikes out on their own and succeeds. So that's who they are. They're a very, very intense person, seems like. But they win. Like they're not negative in the way that they move forward. They don't move forward just to move forward. They move forward to be better, to achieve something. They're not just moving to move, if that makes sense. Okay, so this next pile is what is their relationship to you. Now, let's look at these cards together. So we have Infinite Paths. This is a really pretty card. I really like this one. We also have the High Priestess. Ooh, that one's so pretty. And we have Justice. Wow. Three. This is 3 major arcana cards in a row, right next to each other, about your relationship with this person. So, let's see. I'm going to put this one here, this one here. All right. So, that's a lot. Cool. I have a lot to read because these obviously, there's the fairy tales that I want to make sure that you can look up if you want. But there's also, because this is a major arcana, and the major arcana in this one are so different, I want to make sure I read some of this to you as well. There's going to be a lot of reading in this reading, but it's because this deck is so unique. It's a really cool deck. I really love this deck. I use this deck when I'm trying to communicate with my own soul family. So I thought it was appropriate to use... Ooh, sorry, I just hit my microphone. I thought it was appropriate to use in this reading. So And the mirror card of infinite pathways is the sun. It talks about joy, success, good changes. Explosions of bright light surround you. You can get caught up in the swirls of color and emotion flooding your being. It feels like happiness, but it looks different. You start noticing the beauty in everything around you and infinite pathways for your future life. You feel like you feel the magic of the stars, the warmth of the sun, and the illumination of the moon fill you. It is now that you realize that your recent tumultuous journey was always part of becoming a new being. Wow, cool. So that's this Infinite Pathways card. You also have the High Priestess and Justice. So this relating to your relationship seems to me that this person's relationship with you is one of not quite creation. It's more like enlightenment. This relationship is going to show you something about the world that you didn't quite have the ability to see before you met this person, because the High Priestess is about hidden things and your own intuition, and when it's representing a relationship, I feel like this person is going to reveal things to you. They're going to reveal the hidden things that you couldn't quite see before. So this High Priestess card is a Turkish, it's from Turkey. It's an Arabic folktale called Shahrazad. I think that's how you say it. Anyway, the High Priestess is the keeper of vast knowledge, with a story for every situation. Shahrazad asks the listener to focus on what their subconscious tells them, encouraging them to form their own conclusions. Her power is vast, yet subtle. Her answers are always mysterious. Ooh. So more of that, seeing the magic and looking beyond your regular perceptions. Wow, I am bad at words today. And then Justice. Justice, this card is a Mahang Esoa, which is a Korean legend. Justice is the power wielded with both intelligence and impartiality. It is making decisions with all the facts and accepting the consequences of any choice made. It is punishment of the corrupt and promotion of the deserving. So yeah, so hidden things being seen is a big part of your relationship, and it also is going to show you things you didn't see, and perhaps even highlight some actions of yours that haven't always been helpful to the universe, as well as like what you've been doing right. So I feel like this relationship is going to be one of those great teacher-student relationships where you teach each other, and through each other's eyes, you see more of the universe than you ever have before. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm seeing this relationship. There's a lot of knowledge, both hidden and seen, and yeah, I'm really seeing it as a teacher-student kind of relationship. And it seems very magical. Whatever this relationship is, it seems to be very spiritually driven with the High Priestess as well as the Sun. Like, yeah, a lot of things coming forward that you hadn't seen before. So that's really cool. Okay, now this next section is how do they feel about you? So this is their own personal emotions about you. So let's look at these cards. So we have the Ace of Birds. Ooh, focus, there it goes. Ace of Birds. We also have the Lovers. Wow, that's a good one. And we have the King of Cups. Wow, there's a lot of emotion in this relationship. Yeah, a lot of emotion in this relationship. So, the Ace of Birds is the Ace of Swords. So I feel like what they feel towards you is something new that they haven't experienced before. This person's relationship with you sparks something within them that is brand new to them. Maybe they were a person who didn't know if love was going to be part of their life. But wow, they have a lot of emotion because the King of Cups is he is the king of emotions. Like, he's full of emotion, but also in control of it. Like, he is the masculine feminine. He is the like epitome of the two energies combined, where he's fully in touch with his emotions, but he still is in control because he has to be. He is the king. And you also got the Lover card here. So, man, this person really cares for you. They care for you a lot. They feel like you are a match to them. Now, the Lovers could signify, obviously, lovers, but it could signify just like a perfect match. And we did talk about the student and the teacher. And there's that whole thing of the student, the teacher appears when the student is ready, and like all of those things. So I feel like this teacher, this person, they feel like you're the perfect match for them. Maybe it feels like a parent-child relationship where they just are a perfect match to teach you exactly what you need to know. It could be lovers. I'm not dissing that because there's so much emotion here. And yeah, it totally could be lovers. But they feel very protective of you with this king energy as well as the Lovers. And this particular Lovers is a very romantic one in my opinion because I'm all about Beauty and the Beast. That's like my favorite. So yeah, it's a particularly strong attachment that this person has to you. So I'm going to read you the Lovers. This is the Beauty and the Beast, and it's a Danish fairy tale. The Lovers card represents romance, the opposites attracting, the duality and balance of carnality, physicality, and fire versus spirituality, emotions, and water. The pair emphasize the importance of communication and herald an important crossroads. Ooh. So yeah, this person comes to you when you need them most. When you need to be taught most. When you are ready, the teacher will appear. It's very poignant to this. So this, and then the King of Cups is a Chinese legend called The Boy and the Dragon Pearl. The King of Cups was once a little boy, but has matured into a powerful dragon. He is kind, but fiercely protective of those he loves. He is connected to the deep waters of the subconscious. He possesses great patience and wisdom. Yeah, so this person feels super protective of you. They're somebody who guards you, guards your heart, guards your mind, really tries to put into you the best of the world and let you see the best of the world, but also plant new ideas into your head because this Ace of Birds, they want to teach you. They feel like they must pour into you, which is amazing for a teacher. So that's how they feel about you, which is very strongly. They feel very, very strongly for you. Okay, so now this pile right here is how do they see you? So this isn't about their feelings. This is about how they see you portrayed in the world. So let's look at these cards together. So we have the Ace of Wands. Well, that's a really cool card. We also have the Six of Embers. which is the Six of Wands. We also have the Four of Birds, which is the Four of Swords. Really pretty cards. Okay, so, there's a lot of swirling energy in these cards. Like just power, for raw swirling, crazy power. But the Four of Birds is also about rest, and a safe space to rest. So I feel like this person sees you as a safe space to explore passion, because there's a lot of fire in these cards. Even in this, like, even in this air card, there's a lot of movement of like the light of the moon and the trees and there's like fire in the windows. There's a lot of fire. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of like swirling power. This person sees you as a force of creative power. I'm going to just look up the Six of Embers real quick. Yeah. Success, victory. We already had this card. I'm a dummy. It's fine. So, yeah, it's victory. It's about victory. They see you as a winner like them, but you're swirling with all this potential. Like, it's not focused like this person. This person's energy is very focused. Your energy is very wild. You're a wildfire, ready to scorch the land, but in a good way. like the Four of Birds is all about rest and relaxation. They see you as somebody who can set the world on fire and yet bring peace in your wake, if that makes sense. Yeah, somebody who can really change the world, because this fire energy is just blazing through in this message here. So I'm going to read you the Ace of Wands, because obviously it's a fairy tale, so I want you to be able to look it up if you want to. Okay, so, oh, that's swords, my bad. Wands, where are you? You're at the end. Of course you are. No, there you are. All right, so this fairy tale is another Chinese folktale. There's a lot of Chinese across these cards, which is interesting. Maybe they're trying to hint at their nationality that might pop up. Maybe they're Chinese in origin from in this lifetime. So the magic paintbrush is the fairy tale, and it says the Ace of Wands represents inspiration and a sudden creative force. The magic paintbrush embodies these qualities with passion and daring. The magic moment right before ink hits the paper, and all dreams and possibilities are within reach. Yeah, so they see you as a fireball of potential. Just this crazy, unbridled joy and passion that could really change the world if it's focused. Yeah, that's how they see you. So now, this pile here is how you will recognize them. So let's look at these cards together. I like these ones. These are fun. Okay, I mean, I haven't seen them, but so far, all of them have been fun. So we have the Ten of Birds, which is the Ten of Swords. We also have the Page of Swords. There you go. Better view of that card. And we also have the Three of Wands. Cool, I like the threes. The threes are always like about teamwork and striving forward, and yeah, they're very cool. So, that's a really pretty card. Okay, so the Ten of Birds is obviously the death card in the minor arcanas. So How will you recognize them? They're going to appear at a moment that feels cataclysmic to you. It's going to be a moment of death, of change, of absolute 180 from wherever you are right now. They're going to come when you need them most, as we've said before. They're going to appear when all is lost, and then that is when you'll be ready to learn. They're going to appear in a moment of great change. How will you recognize them? Well, let's look at these two little fairy tales. Now, I love the Page of Swords because they're a very, no nonsense, say what you mean kind of card. They don't hide behind falsities. All right, so the Page of Swords is the fairy tale of the Princess Parizade, one of those two. It comes from Anatolia, which is an Arabic folktale. The Page of Swords represents youthful intelligence. Princess Paradise uses her wit to succeed where others have failed, her optimism intact through it all. She is the harbinger of new beginnings and new ideas for herself and those around her. Yeah. So in this moment of change, in this moment where you need somebody most, this person's going to come in with brand new ideas, like stuff that you've never considered before. Things that maybe seem weird or I don't know if I can do it that way kind of ideas. They're really going to change how you see your world as well as how you think of ideas. Ideas come from different places in our minds, but sometimes we need a new person or new perspective, someone who has totally different experiences than us to even conceive of new ideas. If that makes sense to you. It sort of makes sense to me. So this person is saying, I'm going to be the one that comes in and tells you a bunch of crazy shit that's definitely true, but you're going to be like, ooh, should I? Should I not? I don't know. So they're going to tell you a bunch of stuff you've never heard before, which is probably going to be great for you. Okay, and now I'm also going to read you the Three of Wands. This is the fairy tale of the Enchanted Pig, which is a Romanian fairy tale. The Three of Wands represents hard work and travel. The princess takes a long journey to rescue her prince and makes sacrifices, surviving trials along the way. If she stays motivated, her efforts will be rewarded. So it's self-motivation, freedom, reward, romance. Wow, okay, so maybe there is some romance in this relationship. There might be an initial spark of romance that draws you to this person that becomes a much deeper soul connection. So you will recognize them by their perseverance. You will recognize them by the sacrifices they are willing to make to spend time with you, to get to know you. They're not going to snooze on you. They're not gonna ghost on you. This person is somebody who's gonna be there when you need them most, and they're gonna invest in you, as well as fill your mind with all kinds of crazy new, exciting ideas. I keep finding my hair all over these cards. I don't know if that means they have luscious, gorgeous hair, but I mean, mine isn't luscious and gorgeous, but I keep finding it everywhere, so. And a lot of these characters have really pretty hair. So maybe that's another clue as to what they will look like. The other groups didn't get clues about what they look like, so maybe this person is right around the corner for you and they really want to make sure that you're not going to miss them. So this next little bunch is, what are they going to teach you? So what are they going to teach you with this relationship? And we have the Empress. Aw, I love this card. The Empress and The Star, holy shit. Man, you got so many major arcanas in this deck, in this reading from your person. Wow, so with just it being these two cards, they're going to teach you how to love yourself. They're going to teach you that you are a magical, beautiful being that deserves love and deserves to love themselves and to be loved by others. Oh, it's just this is a beautiful what they're going to teach you. They're going to teach you that you're magic. They're going to teach you that you're beautiful. Oh, that's so sweet. Wow. Okay, I'm going to read you these two cards from the book just so that you can look up the things if you want. Our Lady Guadalupe is the Empress. This is a Mexican fairy tale, and she is a Catholic saint. You can look her up. I believe she was a figure in the Mexican culture before she was a Catholic saint, but I could be wrong about that. Anyway, the Empress is a loving and protective mother. She cares for and wishes to defend all her children, even if a mother's love can sometimes be smothering. The world feels bright and everything blooms around her. Yeah, so love, ultimately, just pure love. They're going to teach you beautiful, amazing love that'll bloom forth from you as you continue to grow. So, and then the star is Sister Sister Alenoshka and Brother Ivanoshka. It's a Russian fairy tale. The star is a symbol of hope after a disaster, the need to remain positive after misfortune, to remember that things can get better again. It is staying calm and open to future possibilities, seeing your situation with new eyes, open heart and mind. So yeah, they're going to bring back hope into your life after whatever this big, awful change or seemingly awful change is. They're going to be a guiding light to you. They're also going to teach you how to be your own guiding light. They're going to teach you that you have the magic. The magic was in you all along. Oh, that's such a cute message because like my whole thing here was based on the Adventure Zone balance and finding that soul family that they have, and like that's one of the messages that's so sweet. Like the magic was in you all along. And like the best is that at the very beginning of this whole series, like the brothers all are like telling their brother DM like it better not be the theme of this whole thing better not be that the magic was in us all along. And, well, I won't spoil it, but it's a beautiful ending and I love it so much. It's made me cry many times. It's so good. Anyway, yeah, the magic is in you all along. That's what they're going to teach you. It's beautiful. Okay, and now this last little pile is, do you have any advice for them? So this is your advice from your soul family. So let's see what we have. We have the Fighter. Nice. I believe he's the Knight of Swords in this deck. Then we also have the 10 of Lotuses. Aw, that's so sweet. We also have the 9 of Trees, which is the 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. The message from your person is that you need to keep fighting, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that this beautiful ending that you're seeking with all of the abundance and the happiness and finding your place in the world is coming. You just have to keep fighting. I'm going to read you the Fighter card just because the meanings are so different in this deck. And I want to be sure that you get like the full meaning of the Fighter. Let's see. Here he is. He is the Knight of Swords. So, this card talks about, it says, impulsive, vengeful, quick to act. Brown boots shuffle across the freshly packed snow. A figure wearing an antlered mask slides one leg forward and grips their sword in two hands. The fighter is on high alert, ready to defend any attack against their character, even though the field is empty besides the gusts of wind and the falling snow. Head in the clouds, the fighter is impulsive and quick to act. They take no direction from others and live for only one reason: to overcome adversity. If you see the fighter in a reading, ask if every battle is worth a brawl, or if passivity can lend a more helpful hand. If others have found you to be impulsive in your actions, this can easily be perceived as a vengeful behavior. No one wants to be known as the one who constantly is picking a fight for the sake of taking action. Yeah. Okay, so they're definitely saying fight for your dreams, but they're also saying have this Six of Wands energy where you're not fighting just to fight. You're fighting with purpose. You're fighting for the things you love and against evil. You're not fighting just to fight. You're fighting for this beautiful dream. And to keep your head about you, like a fighter needs to keep their head in the game. So they don't want you to miss them. So they've given you all these clues, but they've also told you to be aware, be ready, be on your toes, because it's coming. Whatever this is, it's coming, and this person is coming with it, and they're coming to help. So that's what all the cards say. The last two things I'm going to do for you is I have this pocketbook of stones, and I'm just going to flip to a random page, and we're going to see what other message comes out of the stone. Hopefully, maybe you might want to look into using them, or maybe not. I carry like a little pocket full of stones because I feel that they're really important, at least to me, but I'm also a Taurus, so I feel very connected to rock and earth energy. So anyway, I'm going to read you the message from the stone, and then I also have this other oracle deck, the Kuan-Yin Oracle. All of these messages are very positive and full of love. So I figured I would get one more loving message from your family, your soul family person here before we part. So, cool. Let's see. Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely this one. Okay. This stone is called Brookite, Brookite. Its keywords are higher chakra awakening and enlightenment, interdimensional communication. It opens your third eye chakra. Physically, it supports the integration of higher frequencies into the body. Emotionally, it encourages calm, stable self-awareness in the expanded states. So in meditation, it will help you stay calm and balanced as you transcend and try to reach those higher planes. Spiritually, it facilitates interdimensional exploration and meeting beings of higher realms. Wow, that's super cool. So I'm not going to read you what it's made out of because I don't know what that means, but let's see what it says about the stone itself. Okay. Brookite is one of the primary power stones for expansion of awareness beyond the physical body. It is a powerful activator of the 6th and 7th chakras and the etheric chakras above the head. It can align all the upper chakras with the rest of one's energy body, allowing one to explore subtle realms with the highest sensitivity and stable awareness. Brookite enables one to reach an expanded state where one can communicate and commune with beings. Oh, sorry, that was my cat sneezing. I don't know if you heard that or not. I love him so much, but he is gross. Okay, so it teaches one the nature of higher levels of conscious vibration. It can help one gain the cosmic perspective that allows one to see even unpleasant situations as beneficial to growth. It is inspirational and energizing, assisting one to overcome old patterns and moving ahead with greater inner development. Well, that's cool. So yeah, this person who is going to be a teacher of some kind to you, like, they're saying, hi, maybe they are one of these higher dimensional beings, but they're gonna be here to teach you, and they want you to work on that part of you, on reaching higher, continuing to climb, developing your inner self to move past hard things, because they're gonna meet you and continue to help you grow, which is exciting. So Brookite, that was a cool one. Okay, so now I'm going to just shuffle these cards real quick, and we're gonna see what wonderful, beautiful last message your person has for you. So, not gonna shuffle these how I normally shuffle cards because they're very matte. Like, they have a very matte finish, so they don't pop out the way some of my other cards do. So we're just gonna shuffle them like we would shuffle a normal deck of cards. All right. Soul family of pile 2, what message do you have for them? This one? Cool. Beautiful. So you have this card here. It's very beautiful. And it says, it is the bamboo moon. It says, do you know that there are no mistakes in the universe, and all events, circumstances, relationships, and situations are unfolding in perfection with the timing and intelligence of the divine plan? Any apparent delay in your favor is something happening for you right now. If something is happening for you right now, then that is perfect too. Divine timing is perfection. It is safe to trust this now. So they're saying, don't worry. You'll see us when you're supposed to. You'll meet us when you're supposed to. Everything's coming. Everything's going to work out how it divinely has been planned for you. So, this was your reading number 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like and comment in the comments. If you've found this person already, that would be super exciting, and you should comment down in the comments number 2 found them or something like that. I'd be super excited and happy for you to see that. So yeah, comment, subscribe, and there's other ways you can support me down in my description box. So thanks. If you liked this reading, let me know. If you didn't, also let me know so that I can do different kinds of readings. Thank you, pile number 2, and thank you to your soul family who showed up today. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, wherever you are. This was Pan. Have a nice night, guys. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. So, your lighting's a little bit different than everybody because it's a different day and it's cloudy outside, so we needed a little bit more light. So, I've already shuffled all of your cards and spread them out. So this is a spread that I made up myself. Oh, before I get to that, this is the watercolor that pulled you in. It's beautiful, swirling red and orange. it like it's a sigil, kind of. I'm not going to tell you what it means to me because it might mean something totally different to you guys. So this is what pulled you in. So this spread is one I made up myself. So I'll go through, as I go through, I'll tell you which each pile was a question about. And we're going to go through the cards together. I have not looked at them, so we're going to see them for the first time together. Woo. Okay. So this whole reading is about we're trying to communicate with your soul family. And it could be anybody in your soul family. It could be a brother sister kind of relationship. It could be lovers. It could be anything. Like, your soul family are people who have either been with you for multiple lifetimes or just feel closer than biological family. They're people who really speak to your soul, really grow your soul. So we're going to get started. Yeah, so here we go. Gross. Sorry, my cat just sneezed all over everything. Gross. Gross, bub. Hold on, let me clean this up. Poor bub. You're so gross, aren't you? He's not sick, he just is a snotty cat. I think probably the incense made him sneeze a little bit too. Okay. So, now that that's done, all right, so let's get started. Pile number 3. So, this little pile at the top. Oh, and I'm going to tell you what cards I'm using today. Today I'm using the Cosmo Visions Oracle, which is this green card, and then I'm also using the Tarot of the Divine, which are the ones with the moons on them. I'm going to do a lot of reading from these books because they are super different. The Cosmovisions one, they have their own names for everything, and though their meanings are close to the original tarot, they're not exact. So if I can't quite grasp the meaning, I'm going to pull out the book because I want to be sure you get the unique spin that this deck puts on. And then I'm also probably going to read you most of the Tarot of the Divine ones because these are actually fairy tales. And the reason why I used this deck for this reading is because, like, all of our soul family have stories, and, like, stories that we've been telling each other over and over for multiple generations, multiple reincarnations. So I thought it would be helpful for them to have fairy tales and stories to choose from to, like, give better hints about who they are and what they're here for and all that stuff. So I'll probably read to you what the fairy tale is so that if you want to look up the actual story and get the deeper meaning behind it, you totally can. Okay, so let's get started. So this first pile, I asked them who they were. So this is who they are. So first we have the Peacemaker. We also have the Vessel. And we also have the King of Swords. King of Swords. Cool. So this is their version of who they are. So I'm going to definitely have to read out the Vessel. The Peacemaker is a pretty easy one. I'm pretty sure he's the king of cups. So this is a powerful person to have two kings show up. The King of Swords is somebody who is full of wisdom and knowledge. In the original tarot, he's always depicted as the oldest king. So the one with the most experience, the most wisdom, which makes sense because it's the king of air, and air is ideas and knowledge. So that makes total sense. he also has the King of Cups or Chalices, which in this deck is labeled the Peacemaker. So this energy is very male, but it's very wise and peaceful and knowledgeable. The other card we have here is the Vessel. Now in this deck, it is a mirror card to the Devil. And here, I'm just going to read you the Vessel because it's very interesting that this person would use the Vessel to describe themselves. Yeah, so I'm just going to read the Vessel to you. Here it is. The Vessel. Complexities, materialism. The glow of a particular vessel draws you in. Like a familiar embrace from a partner, you feel a radiating energy and edge closer to it. It whistles a seductive song and you become fixated. All you can focus on is the vessel, and it urges you to open it. Ignoring the inscriptions on the body, you remove the lid and everything around you goes dark. The most beautiful vessels can sometimes contain the most tragic stories. As humans, we all have problems that we don't show on the surface. We fill ourselves with things that distract us from reality. The vessel is much like a mask. It hides what is truly underneath. If this card shows up, it is time to rein in your demons. Don't let materialism, addictions, and obsessions of this world cloud your brilliant light. It can all be too easy to get wrapped up in success that you start to lose touch with your soul. Even when the terrible is swallowing you whole, there is still light to be found in others. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. So I think this person is, one, saying that they are the person that you come to when you need advice. They're the person that will help you when you're in a hard spot. But I think they're also saying that this beautiful veneer that they have of these two kings is hiding a deeper, darker person underneath that has been through a lot, and that's probably where all of this wisdom and experience comes from. And the reason why they want to be a peacemaker is because they have experienced something dark and tragic. So I'm just going to read you the King of Swords real quick so that you can look up the fairy tale if you would like. So this is the fairy tale of the Griffin. It's a Persian fairy tale. It's from Persian mythology. The King of Swords represents wisdom, enhanced by power. The griffin is a noble, intelligent creature soaring over land and sea, a symbol for patience, perseverance, and judgment. So yeah, this person is an authority figure of some kind. With two kings, yeah, they're older, they're wiser, they're somebody who has been through a lot and can probably help you through some things with their experience. Okay, so this next little pile here is my pile of what is your relationship. So this is what is the relationship between the two of you. So in this little pile we have the Eight of Cups. We also have the Three of Embers, which is the Three of Wands. We also have the Three of Trees, which is the Three of Pentacles. Wow, so 2 threes. That's significant. Okay, so yeah, this. So what I'm seeing from this is that there might be more than just this person that creates a trio of you, this other person, and one other family member. That together you do things together, that you build things together. It also seems like with this Three of Embers card, you see there's a figure who's looking back, who's trying to ascend, who's trying to look forward into the future, and two people holding them to the ground. Not in a bad way, but in a way that's like, okay, be careful. And we also have the Eight of Cups, which I'm going to look up this story, but the Eight of Cups is about leaving things behind and looking towards the future. Again, like this Three of Embers kind of is. It's about preparation. It's about going forward. It's about readying yourself for what's coming. The Three of Trees is all about working together to build something. In this case, it's 3 trees, so they're making an orchard together. But it feels like this person is somebody who helps you see the brighter world ahead of you. There's somebody who you can trust to build a relationship with. But they're also somebody who pushes you to leave things behind that aren't serving you. There's somebody who pushes you to move forward, to not stay stagnant, to go into the wide world and see things. So I'm going to read you the Eight of Cups because I don't know which fairy tale this one is. Cups. Here they are. The Eight of Cups. Oh, of course, I should have guessed from the picture, but I didn't. So this is the legend of Moses, and it originates in Egypt. It's a Hebrew legend. You can find it in the Bible. The Eight of Cups represents leaving good things behind in pursuit of higher ideals. Moses was raised as a prince of Egypt, but realized he needed to sacrifice his royal life and wealth to pursue a spiritual and aesthetic one. Aesthetic? I think that's what it says. So this person, your relationship with this person, if I'm taking the story of Moses, they could be the family that you find when you leave behind something that is no longer good for you. Because when Moses leaves behind his princedom in Egypt, he goes out into the desert and finds a brand new family. He gets married. He has, I can't remember if he has children, but anyway, he gets married. He finds a whole new people. And then he is called to go back and rescue his own people from the hands of his brother, his adopted brother in Egypt. So I feel like this is saying that you're going to meet this person is somebody that you find a relationship with them when you leave behind something that's holding you down. And I believe your relationship really is very familial, like an older brother or like a father or an uncle or something like that. Somebody who becomes a pillar in your life, like the three of trees. There are 3 pillars. This relationship is a pillar in your life, but it's a pillar that you find when you leave behind something. Yeah. So that's that one. Now this next pile is, how do you feel about me? So this is your family member's actual feelings towards you. This is how they feel about you as a person, like how they feel. Yeah. So we have the Queen of Wands. Wow, that's a lot of passion. And we also have, more fire. The Ace of Embers. Ooh. Wow. So, wow, that's a lot of fire energy. They feel passionately for you. Maybe not in like a romantic way, but in a way of like, they would fight for you. it's a new and exciting passion for them. This Queen of Wands, she's vibrant, she's dancing. She's dancing with the fire, the volcano in the background. She's dancing for joy, but also for some purpose. The Ace of Embers, which is the Ace of Wands, is all about new passion, new excitement, new opportunity, but in the way of passion and excitement. Like, you excite this person. This person is excited when they look at you. They're excited about your relationship. They're excited to be a part of your life. So let me read the Queen of Wands myth so you can look into that story a little bit more. So this is Pele, which is a Hawaiian, and she's actually a Hawaiian deity. The Queen of Wands represents a fiery force. The volcano goddess Pele rages. Can be Pele's. Let me start that over. The volcano goddesses. Jeez, I can read. Hold on. I'm gonna restart from the very top. The Queen of Wands represents a fiery force. The volcano goddess Pele's rages can be destructive, but her blessings are just as powerful. She is the creative of dance. She is the nourishment of rich soil and the chaotic force of an explosion. She has optimism, independence, confidence, passion, verve. Yeah, so all those things we said, like passion, excitement, just emotions running really high. Yeah, this person has a lot of passion for you. They want to see you thrive. They want to see you succeed. They want to be in your life. They want you to leave whatever is holding you down to the ground and away from this person. They will be so happy when you come to them because they're waiting. They're waiting for you. That's exciting. Okay, so this next section here, how do you see me? How this person sees you, like what your strengths are, what this person sees you as, like what do you bring to this relationship? So we have the King of Wands. Wow, another king. We have the King of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. We also have, this one has a lot. The Peacock. We also have the Swan. Wow, a lot of major arcanas. And we also have the Cosmic Tree. Wow. Okay, so this is a lot of cards. They did have a lot of cards to describe you, which is fun. Okay, so we have, wow. We have the Knight of Cups, the King of Wands, the Swan, the Peacock, and the Cosmic Tree. So they see you as somebody who is full of love and emotion. The Knight of Cups is the most romantic of all of the Knight of Cups. When you see it come up in a love reading, you're like, oh shit, Romeo's coming. So they see you as somebody who's full of romance and love. But then also you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, and it's paired with, this is how they feel about you and this is how they see you. So their feelings for you and who you are match up as a pair, which is really nice. So the King of Wands is, I believe this is the Phoenix myth. So the King of Wands is the rebirth of passion, the rebirth of of being in charge of your own destiny as far as passion goes, as far as what you are passionate about doing. The swan, she represents the high priestess, and the peacock, they represent the empress. At least I believe so. I'm going to look it up just because this mirror deck is so different. So, but, like, we see a lot of birds here. They see you as somebody who has a lot of flamboyancy. Like, all of these birds are ones with amazing plumage that are just, like, out there for the world to see. And they're very vibrant and expressive and sometimes mean. The swans and peacocks can be very mean. I have grown up around farms, and they are not the nicest birds, but God, they're so pretty to look at. Anyway, so yeah, their beauty, they see you as a very beautiful person. Maybe both in physical looks, but also in spirit, because we have this Knight of Cups here. I keep saying king, but it's a knight. This Knight of Cups, because he has a pure heart. He has all the good intentions of the romantic. And then we also have the cosmic tree. So I think the cosmic tree is about the interconnectedness of everything. And again, this is your soul family, so I feel like they're saying that you are somebody that has been a part of their tree for a very long time. Somebody who is connected with them it could even be a real, like, biological family member. This person could be, because they're saying that you are interconnected in the way that a tree is, like a family tree. So I am going to read these 3 arcanas because they are so different in this deck. And then I'm also going to read out which fairy tales these are, just so you can see. All right, so the swan is the mirror card of the high priestess. She is a protective, good omen, clarity. The swan floats effortlessly. Whew, boy. Reading is hard today. Effortlessly across the glassy water, scattering droplets in elegant patterns. She is at peace with her existence and understands that which is buried deep in the mind. She is your guardian for all important magical transitions and reconnections. With grace and warmth, she unlocks your unconscious and reunites you with your conscious. As she drifts into the melody of the universe, everything comes swirling back to you in a brilliant flash, and you feel more connected to yourself than ever before. The glowing shield cascading down the neck of the brilliant red swan. The shield represents the protective presence in your life. The swan is an omen of safe changes. If the swan comes up when you have a decision to make, take it as an affirmation that what you feel in your mind is what your heart needs to do. It represents mental clarity, wisdom, and the connection of your unconscious mind. If you have been waiting to take the plunge into something new, now is the time. And then we also have the peacock, which is the empress. Nurturing and merging of opposites. You come upon a glowing doorway in the middle of a shallow pool of water. The peacock sits atop the door. Its feathers cascade down with eyes that seem to follow your every move. As you lock eyes with the bird, a feeling of ease washes over you. It is the gatekeeper between the physical world and the spiritual plane, and gives you assurance that moving forward will lead you to another fertile world. The pulsing colors within the door call you towards it, and you step through unsure of what is to come. The peacock lives between 2 worlds. It is a reminder that it is possible to find a happy balance between things like work and love, the grounded and the spiritual. This card is about nurturing yourself and finding peace in the world you live in. And when you see the peacock in a reading, it can also be representative of an increasingly strong bond to the earth or a need to reconnect with it. This can be a card that speaks about great unions of unlikely things, and it asks you to keep an open mind to whatever is possible. And the last one is the cosmic Tree, which is the Hermit card in this deck. Reaffirming inner truth. We are told that the cosmic tree is the epicenter of all souls. It is where we all come from and where we will one day all return. It has had many names over time, but at its roots is the collective unconscious unfolding for eternity. It is the great mother, the life source of all souls and the heart of truth in all things. It has existed since the beginning of time and will exist long after we are gone. It is wise to not seek out the cosmic tree, but rather to find comfort in its existence. The cosmic tree comes in a reading. It is offering guidance through collective unconsciousness. Take this positive affirmation that the path you are on is the right one, and that contemplation comes understanding and growth. Trust that the truth you seek is buried within the fibers of your own being. Understand that knowing your inner truth may require isolation. Spend time with yourself in the quiet. There's a seed that needs nurturing. So this person sees you as a good omen. Like, all of these cards represent good omens. They also all represent nurturing and love and acceptance for yourself as well as others. And yeah, just like a beautiful, they see you as just a beautiful, beautiful person that just like knows stuff. Because the cosmic tree is just knowledge, like deep unconscious knowledge. So they see you as a fellow person who is full of knowledge. So let me just grab the Knight of Cups. This is the story of Halabu the Hunter. It's a Mongolian legend. The Knight of Cups is a messenger. Halabu is a kind and gentle, while also willing to take a stand for what he believes in. Halabu provides for his village, and after befriending a dragon, he willingly sacrifices himself to save everyone he loves. So yeah, true romantic right there. The true knight. And then the King of Wands. The King of Wands is the Phoenix. I was right. The Phoenix, East Asia. It's in East Asian mythology. The King of Wands is a symbol of strength. The legend of the Phoenix spans many cultures, but in all of them, the firebird represents nobility, rebirth, strength, and loyalty. So yeah, all of those things, rebirth, strength, loyalty, and all of the beautiful things that these cards said about you, yeah. This person sees you as a beautiful, glowing person. Like, just the best of humanity, really. That's how this person sees you. Okay, that was a lot of cards. They really wanted to tell you a shit ton of nice things about you, so... Thank you, wonderful family member. All right, and now this next bit is how will you recognize this person when you meet them in the 3D? So we have the 10 of Embers, which is the 10 of Wands. And we also have the 2 of Wands. Interesting. Cool. So, what I'm seeing here is you're going to recognize this person because the 10 of Embers is about carrying too much or carrying a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. And in this deck, there's like all the embers falling from the sky, and yet there's a new growth growing from this puddle. Hey guys, sorry, my audio cut out real bad right here, but basically what I was saying is that the 10 of Embers in this deck has a brand new growth in it, in the imagery itself, and the person who is trying to contact you is basically saying that you're not going to be able to ignore them because they're just going to sprout up out of your life out of nowhere, and it, even when you don't have time for them, or even when life is so busy that you don't think you will find anything new, they'll just sprout out. So back to the reading. Thanks, guys. And then the other thing I'm seeing here is this Two of Wands. This Two of Wands has two heads. It's a one person with two heads. So what that is screaming to me is a twin flame connection. This person is going to feel like you just met yourself in a different body. Like, this person is going to do a lot of the things you do, say a lot of the things you say, have some of the same idiosyncrasies that you have. They just might be older. As we can see with this two heads, this person has a little tiny beard and this one has a big beard. So I think they're saying you'll recognize me because I'm you, just in a different body. Twin flames can be a lot of things. Sometimes they are love connections. Sometimes they feel like your two souls split up. Like at one point you were one soul and now you're split up into two bodies, which can lead to romantic connections, but sometimes it can just lead to really intense friendships. I met one, and they've really showed me both all of the positive things about myself that I haven't given myself enough credit for, but also a lot of the negative things about myself that I really need to work on, that have really helped me see those things and have compassion for myself because I can see them in somebody else. So yeah, this feels like a twin flame connection. Somebody who talks like you, acts like you, but just doesn't look like you. And they could be you, like they could be part of your soul in an older person who has experienced more of life, that can help you through some of the things that you're struggling with now, which is really cool. Yeah, that's really interesting. So I'm going to read you the Two of Wands, because I think it's this one's a Greek myth, but I'm not really sure which one it is. Two of Wands, here it is. Janus, Italy. It's a Roman myth. So, the Two of Wands represents travel and commerce. Janus, the god of doorways and transitions, is able to look to the past and the future in order to make effective decisions. He is always in motion, connecting dreams with actual possibilities. Wow. Yeah, so this person also, you're going to recognize them by their vision, like how they can look at situations and just know what the right thing is to do. With all this experience and power that they have in their personality, yeah, they're going to be a very shiny person in the way that, like, you're going to recognize them by how much they can affect the world around them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I think this person's also going to have some keys for you. Like, there's both a wand and a key in this image. And keys often represent unlocking parts of yourself that maybe you haven't yet. But they can also represent unlocking you to the next step of evolution of your higher consciousness. So I think this person's going to have some really cool revelations for you that will help you level up, help you get to that next spot that you want to get to. Nice. I finally timed out the time my camera was going to stop for the end of a sentence. So this pile here is about, what does this person have to teach you? So we have the Six of Lotuses. We also have the Page of Swords. We also have the Devil card. Ooh. I do like this Devil card a lot. It's really pretty. I also love snakes though, so that could just be me. All right, I think we're gonna have to slide some things over. We'll put you guys down here for now. There you go. Okay, so what do I see here? All right, what do they have to teach you? They have to teach you that you can withstand things you didn't think you could. You're stronger than you think you are. There's this one little lotus that is, I don't know if you can see here. I'll hold it up again. There's this one little lotus that's floating above the water and above the waves, and even though there are sharks in the background, it's still standing tall and beautiful. I think this person is saying they're here to teach you how to be strong. They're here to teach you you are stronger than you think. They're here to teach you to speak your mind, which is what the Page of Swords is about. They're here to help you learn to not take everything at face value. It's kind of about, because even though he did tell the truth that Adam and Eve would get knowledge from eating the apple, he didn't tell them the whole truth, that they would be shut off from God. So I think they're going to teach you to stand up for yourself, speak your truth. They're also going to teach you to recognize when somebody is trying to put shackles on you, to recognize when someone is trying to take advantage of you, and when it is time to break the bond with someone, when it's time to get rid of someone. Sorry, my recording fucked up again. So, I'm going to read you the Page of Swords. This is Princess Parizade. It's from the country Anatolia. It's an Arabic folktale. The Page of Swords represents youthful intelligence. Princess Parizade uses her wit to succeed where others have failed, her optimism intact through it all. She is a harbinger of new beginnings, new ideas for herself and those around her. Talkativeness, energy, thoughtfulness, curiosity, and truthfulness. So she's all about not hiding, and also like speaking your mind and continually searching for new ideas, and not becoming complacent in your own power and ideas, but continuing to grow and change, and not being shy to ask questions or talk or be yourself. Okay, back to the reading. And then we have the Devil card, which is, this is not the devil myth I thought it was, but this is Boitata, Boitata. It's from Brazil. It's a Brazilian myth. The devil gives into ego, lusting for unnecessary or harmful things, unwilling to leave negative situations. It is a dragon sitting upon a pile of gold it does not need, a person setting a forest on fire for their own gain. Greed, controversy, violence, strange experiences, and addiction. This person might show you the darker side of themselves and teach you where they went wrong, because then now they have all this experience. They are an older person of some kind. They might try and steer you away from the path that they went on. Yeah, so that's what they have to teach you. And this last little pile is, do they have any advice for you? So let's look at their advice. So we have the Four of Coins. We also have the Ace of Birds, which is the Ace of Swords. And lastly, we have the Two of Birds, which is the Two of Swords. I think they're trying to say their advice is to not hold on too tight. This myth is about a woman who is the wife of the condor, and she is being held captive, basically. She doesn't want to be there, and because the condor is selfish, he keeps her there, and eventually she escapes. So it's about holding on too tight to something and not giving it freedom. So I think their advice is to not hold too tight to either your possessions or your ideas of something, because they're about to change. We have the Ace of Birds, which is the Ace of Swords, which is about brand new ideas, about rethinking things, about an opportunity to see things that you haven't seen before. And the Two of Birds, which is the Two of Swords, is about a decision, a this or that situation. And I think so their advice, altogether, I think their advice is that there's going to be a decision ahead of you. And the way to make this decision is not to hold on so tightly to control that you can't hear new ideas. You have to keep your mind open and your heart open so that the new ideas can come to you, so that you can make a decision that is good for you and good for the future that you want. Yeah. So let me just read you the Four of Coins, because this is a cool fairy tale that you might want to look up. This is the Condor's Wife, which is it's from Peru. It's an Aymara folktale. The Four of Coins represents greed and the unwillingness to open up or share. Condor covets his wife and who does not like his lifestyle or living with him. He recognizes her unhappiness, but is unwilling to make changes and set her free. Hoarding, possession, financial stability, materialism, and stinginess. Wow, there's been a lot of that in this reading with the Vessel and the Devil, as well as the Four of Coins. So there's something in your life that you're holding on to way too tight, and this person might show up soon to try and show you a better path. Cool. Interesting. So that was their advice for you. So now I just have two little things that I'm going to do here at the end for you guys. Hold on. Before I do that, my battery's about to die. Let me switch out my battery. Okay, I'm back. So the last two things I'm going to do is I have this book. It's a pocketbook of stones. It's a really cool book full of like gemstones and things for just for my reference, but it's a metaphysical book, so it's about the spirituality of stones. I really connect with stones myself, but that's because I'm a Taurus, so I like rocks. But I always have a pocket full of crystals to help me with their energies, to keep me grounded and stuff. So I'm going to flip to a random page in here, and we're going to see if there's any more advice from the stone that your family member is trying to give you. So, this one. Wow, cool. Hi, group number 3. I'm very sorry. I apparently royally screwed up the end of your video, which I am discovering many days later as I am editing. So I don't have the whole setup that I had before, but I am going to read you the stone that I picked out of the book for you, as well as the last positive message from my Kunyan Oracle deck that you also got at the end of your reading. And that will be the last message from your soul family to you. So here we go. So the stone that you got out of the book was serpentine. The key words are awakening of higher brain functions, connection with nature, and Kundalini awakening. It affects all chakras. Its element is earth. Physically, it aids in rewriting neural pathways so that the higher brain areas predominate and guide the behavior of the lower ones. Emotionally, it helps one release fear of change and embrace transformation. Spiritually, it assists in awakening Kundalini energies for personal evolution. Now, the awakening of your higher mind to control your lower mind, that really connects to the whole materialism theme that seemed to come out in your reading, and how, you know, you don't want your baser desires to run your whole life. And that one family member that came through was really trying to show that to you. So, I'm going to read you about the stone. Serpentine is one of the best stones for rousing the Kundalini energies, the serpent power, which was interesting because you got the devil card with the serpent on it. It's said to reside at the base of the spine. Serpentine is also a good stone to place on the meridian points for clearing blockages and energies, allowing the healthy natural flow to be reestablished. It is powerful for working energetically to bring the old reptilian part of the brain into service of the higher brain. In many people, due to the psychic wounds of one's family and culture, the reverse is the case. Carrying, wearing, or meditating with serpentine can help establish the order intended by nature, bringing peace and joy to the individual and reverberating into the outer world. So yeah, it's a stone that is really trying to tell you, again, those messages of don't focus on the material, and really evolve yourself to be this higher being that you are inside. And like, don't cling so hard to the material and to the fears of the lower brain, of that reptilian like instinct of just like fight or flight, or preserving yourself. It's really about becoming somebody who is in touch with their higher self, with the higher desires of the self, which are to care and love and all of those things. So that was your stone. Now the card that I pulled for you guys from this really beautiful oracle deck, the Kenyan Oracle, was this beautiful card. Here she is. She's very pretty playing harp. And it is the card of Reveal the Peacock Beauty. The peacock is stunning in graceful and proud display. You too are a great beauty. Within you resides a glorious being of light, with an ability to create. Your intentions, decisions, and particularly your words are becoming more powerful. Enjoy wise use of your creative power to express the beauty within you, asking for the divine blessing upon your plans, projects, and words. Yeah, so that's really beautiful. So I really think the person who has come through for you really sees so much potential in you and sees so much beauty in you and can see you growing into somebody who really affects the world, really. So that was your reading. I'm sorry the end was so weird, but thanks for hanging in there. So if you liked this reading, like, comment, subscribe. If you know who the person is that was in your reading and you've already found them, then comment down below and be like, found them, pile number 3 or something like that, because I'd be very interested to know. And also, that's awesome. Like, share that. That's freaking great. Like, so yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that's really it. Thanks for hanging in there with this one, guys. I am gonna do better. But you guys did great. Your soul family did great by showing up. They really hung in with me there. Really came through in the cards, even though I was oblivious to my technical difficulties. So, thank you for hanging in there. Have a great night. Love you guys. This was Pan. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye.